Students, in the previous lesson we saw geometry of molecules containing only bond pairs and no lone pairs. In that we saw molecules containing 2 bond pairs, 3 bond pairs, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and we said it is linear. This is trigonal planar, we said this is tetrahedral, and this is trigonal bipyramid, octahedral, and the last one molecule containing 7 bond pairs, pentagonal bipyramid. And these are the molecules which contain only bond pairs. We gave few examples also: beryllium chloride, BaCl2, beryllium chloride, BaCl2, trigonal planar we wrote BF3, tetrahedral we said methane, carbon tetrachloride, etc., and trigonal bipyramid we mentioned PCl5, octahedral SF6, and this is going to be IF7. Students, if you analyze these molecules, all these molecules contain only bond pairs, there is no lone pair. Now, therefore, the characteristic of these molecules containing only bond pair, the hybridization is equal to shape. Hybridization is equal to shape. These can be hybridization. For example, sp hybridization is also known as linear hybridization. Similarly, the last one, D3 sp3 hybridization, for the last one we can say pentagonal bipyramid hybridization. So, these names can be taken as a hybridization also, and whatever be the hybridization, that is going to be the shape of the molecule. Now, students, we are going to see the geometry of the molecules containing bond pairs as well as the lone pair. Here the hybridization will not be equal to the shape, they differ. Now, let us see how the geometry as well as the hybridization of molecules with lone pair are explained. Now, students, we shall see molecules containing bond pairs and lone pairs. Let us take a molecule containing, let me give you an example, ammonia. If you look at the structure of ammonia, it has 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair, and probably this comes under a classification of AB2 L1, or they say AB2 E1, where A is a central element and B is the number of bond pairs, L is the lone pair. Now, another example could be AB3 L1. Now, students, you see here there are 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair, 3 bond pairs. Similarly, you have the other categories like AB2, L2 and so on and so forth. Now, in this case, the number of bond pairs is equal to 3, the lone pair is equal to 1, the total pairs of an electron 4. and whenever you have 4 pairs of an electron, it belongs to tetrahedral hybridization. Tetrahedral hybridization. Tetrahedral hybridization. The tetrahedral hybridization, we know it is also equivalent to sp3, but shape is going to be different here. Students, please understand, for the shape of the molecule we do not consider the lone pair. So, we can give the shape for the molecule containing the bond pairs only. Therefore, shape is going to be trigonal pyramid. Trigonal pyramid. Now, you see here hybridization and the shapes are different here for a molecules containing the lone pair and the bond pair. Let us take one more example. Water, H2O. Now, if you look, write the structure of water, electron dot formula, you see here there are 2 lone pairs and 2 bond pairs. Therefore, in this case we have 2 lone pairs and 2 bond pairs. Therefore, there are 4 pairs of an electron. So, as usual, whenever you have 4 pairs of an electron, I have to assign tetrahedral hybridization. You see here, oxygen in the center and hydrogen, any 2 corners, they are the bond pairs, and these are the lone pairs. These are the lone pairs. So, hybridization part of it is tetrahedral. Therefore, shape, so it is tetrahedral hybridization. Tetrahedral hybridization, whereas shape, as I told you, the shape we do not include the lone pairs. Therefore, the shape of water molecule is just this without indicating the lone pair, and we say this is a non-linear molecule. This is a non-linear molecule. Non-linear molecule. Therefore, the bond angle cannot be 180. We can decide the bond angle also, it cannot be 180. Students, now we shall consider the bond angle of water, the 2 hydrogen atoms in water. The sp3 angle or tetrahedral angle is going to be 109.5 degrees. Now, in the case of water, again let me draw this. These are the bond pairs and these are the 2 lone pairs. We know the repulsion between the 2 lone pairs will be greater than the repulsion between the lone pair and the bond pair, than the repulsion between the bond pair. We say the lone pair repulsion is greater than the lone pair bond pair repulsion, which is greater than the bond pair repulsion. Since this repulsion is a maximum here, the 2 hydrogen atoms come closer. It should be less than 109.5. So, therefore, the actual angle in the case of water is going to be around 105. Strictly speaking, it is 104.8 degrees and the bond angle, and therefore, it is not a linear molecule. Therefore, it is considered as a non-linear molecule or angular molecule. Similarly, my dear students, you see here I can also predict the bond angle in the case of ammonia. Bond angle in the case of ammonia. As usual, the tetrahedral angle should be 109.5, but there is going to be a lone pair bond pair repulsion. Lone pair bond pair repulsion is going to be greater than the bond pair repulsion. Since it is greater here, the 3 hydrogen atoms come closer, but not to the extent of water here. Therefore, it is slightly less than 109.5, and my dear students, it is going to be 107. The bond angle in the case of ammonia between the 2 hydrogen atoms is 107. Now, you look at this methane molecule, you compare it. Methane molecule is highly symmetrical and all of them are bond pairs only. Therefore, it is going to be a perfect tetrahedron, and being a perfect tetrahedron, the bond angle is going to be 109.5. In the case of one lone pair, it is 107. It is because of the 2 lone pairs it is still reduced here 109.5. So, based on this we shall be able to predict the hybridization, the shape of the molecule and the bond angle also. Students, we shall see yet another example of a molecule containing bond pair and the lone pair. PCl3, phosphorus trichloride, has got 3 bond pairs. Now, you should start with the electron dot formula. It has 5 electrons. For chlorine has got 7 electrons, and each chlorine is going to share similarly. Each chlorine is going to share. So, there are 7 electrons around chlorine and 1 electron from this. Therefore, there are going to be 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. Therefore, 4 pairs of an electron. This also belongs to central atom is A. There are 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair, AB3L or AB3L1. So, as usual, this is going to be a tetrahedral hybridization. Or you can also say this is an sp3 hybridization, but the shape is going to be different. As explained in the case of ammonia, we do not include the bond pair. You see here, this is going to be a pyramid and this is the apex. Therefore, trigonal pyramid, the shape is going to be trigonal pyramid. Trigonal pyramid. Trigonal pyramid. Now, students, we shall see a molecule containing 2 lone pairs or more. We shall take SO2Cl2 and SOCl2. SO2Cl2 and SOCl2. This is called sulfuryl chloride. This is called sulfuryl chloride. This is called thionyl chloride. Thionyl chloride. Now, the electron dot formula of sulfuryl chloride, S double bond O, S double bond O, and Cl and Cl. Of course, one has to start with the electronic configuration. Sulfur has got 6 electrons and chlorine has got 7 electrons. Please note that sulfur has got more than octet here. It is possible. In the case of sulfur, it is possible. It is not possible in the case of oxygen, because sulfur has got the d orbital. Wherever you have a d orbital, expansion of octet is possible. Therefore, we want to consider the number of bond pairs. There is no lone pair here. All of them are bond pairs. My dear students, please note, when I say the bond pair, if you are going to actually count the number of bonds here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you would be tempted to say 6 bond pairs. Bond pairs always obtained from the sigma bond pairs. A double bond, an atom containing a double bond connected by means of a double bond, you know, it is one of the bonds is going to be sigma bond, the other bond is going to be the pi bond. When I say bond pair, I have to take into consideration the sigma bond pair. Therefore, this is the sigma bond, this is the pi bond, or one of the bonds is going to be sigma bond. So, how many sigma bonds you have around the sulfur atom? There are 4 sigma bonds. Therefore, the bond pair is equal to 4 here. The bond pair is equal to 4. And how many lone pairs here? There is no lone pair. Lone pair is equal to 0. Therefore, total force of 4 pairs of an electron. 4 pairs of an electron. Tetrahedral, as usual, tetrahedral. So, what should be the, here in this case, you have, this is the skeletal structure. I am not going to include the pi bond here. This is the skeletal structure containing a chlorine here. If you want, you can put the double bond here, you can put a double bond. Isn't it a perfect tetrahedron here? Since it's a perfect tetrahedron, the bond angle between a chlorine and oxygen and chlorine, anything should be 109.5. Perfect tetrahedron, 109.5. But that is not going to be the situation in the case of thionyl chloride. Now, if you draw the structure of thionyl chloride, SOCl2, now based on the electron dot formula, you would know I am going to put a single bond chlorine here, single bond chlorine here, double bond oxygen here, and a lone pair. And this lone pair was used here to form a double bond with oxygen atom here. Like just compare the structures, the electron dot formula. And as usual, this is going to be a sigma bond, the other one is going to be a pi bond here. I am going to consider only the sigma bond pairs. So, there are 3 sigma bonds. So, and they are called the bond pairs here, and there is going to be one lone pair here. Again, it is going to be 4 pairs of an electron. Now, we have seen lots of examples. This is again is going to be AB3L1, AB3L1. All of them belong to this particular ammonia, starts from ammonia. We saw PCl3, and now we are going to see thionyl chloride here. So, the hybridization is going to be tetrahedral. The hybridization is going to be tetrahedral. It is going to be the oxygen here, this is going to be, any one of them can be oxygen. And of course, we have put a double bond here. So, what is going to be the shape of the molecule? Shape of the molecule, we do not consider the lone pair here. Again, this is going to be, shape is going to be trigonal pyramid. Trigonal pyramid. Same example. One more example of the trigonal pyramid here. Trigonal pyramid. Therefore, you see the difference between thionyl chloride and sulfuryl chloride. Sulfuryl chloride happens to be a tetrahedral hybridization and tetrahedral shape here, whereas thionyl chloride has got the tetrahedral hybridization and trigonal pyramid shape. Students, we shall see the shape of sulfur fluorides. Sulfur can react with fluorine to form the following compounds: sulfur difluoride, sulfur tetrafluoride, and sulfur hexafluoride. Now, we shall discuss all the 3 and have a comparative study of all the 3 compounds here. And electron dot formula, sulfur has got 6 electrons, fluorine has got 7 electrons, it shares. So, around sulfur there are 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs as usual. Again, this belongs to an example of AB2L2, 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. So, 4 pairs of an electron. As usual, 4 pairs of an electron, it should be tetrahedral hybridization, sulfur, fluorine, fluorine, and the lone pair here. Therefore, hybridization is going to be sp3, but the shape is going to be as usual. It is a non-linear molecule. It is a non-linear molecule. As explained in the case of the water, the bond angle is going to be less than 109.5 because of the lone pair repulsion. Okay. Now, students, you see here there are 4 bond pairs. There are 4 bond pairs, and we have made use of SF4, and there is going to be one lone pair, isn't it? There are going to be 6 electrons. Of the 6 electrons, 4 electrons are used to form the bond formation, and 2 electrons are going to be as a non-bonded electron or the lone pair. So, if you are going to calculate the number of bond pair is equal to 4, the lone pair is equal to 1. Now, this time it gives you a new shape. It is going to be 5 pairs of an electron and 5 pairs of an electron, and this belongs to AB4L1. AB4L1, 5 pairs of an electron. 5 pairs of an electron, my dear students, you are going to propose trigonal bipyramid hybridization. Trigonal bipyramid hybridization. Now let me put sulfur here and 4 fluorine lone pair. We shall fix the lone pair first. This is called an axial bond. This is called an axial bond, and these bonds are called equatorial bonds. Equatorial bonds. I have two options. I can put the lone pair on the equatorial bond, and the remaining corners are occupied by fluorine, fluorine and fluorine. If you have this kind of structure, or I could have also proposed, look at this, I could have put the lone pair in the axial bond, and I could have put the remaining 4 fluorine atoms on the other 4 corners. This could have been the structure. But one of the shapes alone is correct, stable. Now let us see which is going to be a more stable distribution of the bonds around sulfur. Students, you look at this, this is going to be along the plane of the board, along the perpendicular to the plane of the board. All the 3 fluorine atoms are along the plane in the form of a triangle, and you have an axle. An axle is going to be this. That is why it is called axial bond. It is along the equator, therefore it is called equatorial bond. Therefore, isn't it perpendicular to this? Therefore, the bond angle is going to be 90 degrees. Now, whenever the bond angle between the lone pair and the bond pair is going to be 90, there is maximum repulsion. So, how many repulsions it has got now? Let us see. This is going to be 190 here, this is going to be another 90 here, this is going to be third 90 here. There are 3 lone pair, bond pair repulsions, 3 lone pair, bond pair repulsion with 90 degrees. And bond pair, what is the bond angle here? Here it should be 120, this should be 120, and this bond angle is going to be 90. We have to consider the lone pair bond pair repulsion only because it is greater than your bond pair repulsion. Now shall we see how many lone pair bond pair repulsion that this molecule contain. Now you see the bond angle between the lone pair and the bond pair, and that is going to be 120. It is much greater than 90 here. Therefore, the repulsion is going to be less. There is going to be lone pair bond pair repulsion 120 here. This is also 120 here. But it is going to be 90 here, this is going to be 90 here. So, this 90 degree lone pair bond pair repulsion, this 90 degree lone pair bond pair repulsions, therefore, there are 2 lone pair bond pair repulsions, 2 lone pair bond pair repulsion, whereas there are 3 lone pair bond pair repulsion. Therefore, the molecule is going to be less stable in this structure. This is going to be less stable. Therefore, I am not going to propose this particular structure. What does it mean? I am not going to distribute the lone pair along the axial bond. So, obviously, I have to put the lone pair on this equatorial bond. Now, look at this. I shall try to tilt the whole molecule this way. I will try to tilt the whole molecule. I shall write the SF6 later. Tilt the whole molecule this way. You see here, I have put the lone pair here, sulfur here, this is going to be sulfur here, fluorine and fluorine here, and this is going to be in the axial bond, a fluorine here and fluorine here. So, the hybridization is going to be trigonal bipyramid hybridization, trigonal bipyramid hybridization, trigonal bipyramid hybridization. Now, hybridization. Whereas the shape is going to be, what is the shape? We don't include as usual the lone pair here. So what should be the shape here? Look at this. F here, F here, F here. This is called, this particular shape is called a seesaw shape. Now you know the seesaw kept in the playgrounds for the small children to play here. Therefore, this is called a seesaw model. And the bond angle between this is going to be linear 180, and definitely it is going to be, what is this bond angle here? 120 here. This is going to be 120. What should be the bond angle? This is going to be perpendicular, and this is going to be, look at this. Probably this particular shape is going to help you to say the bond angle is going to be 90. This fluorine and any fluorine, this fluorine and this fluorine, this fluorine and this fluorine, it is going to be 90 here. Therefore, this is going to be a seesaw structure. Of course, we are not going to propose this structure because it is going to be less stable. And look at this. The bond angle between this fluorine and this fluorine, isn't it perpendicular? 90. The bond angle this fluorine and fluorine is perpendicular, whereas the bond angle between these two fluorine atom is going to be 120, 120. That is called seesaw structure molecule. Therefore, these two examples, the SF2 and SF4 molecules, the shape and hybridization are different, whereas in the case of SF6, the hybridization and the shape are going to be same because all of them are bond pairs here, and we are going to have 6 bond pairs here and 0 lone pair here. So on the whole, it is going to be 6 pairs of an electron, and this is an example of AB6 L0, AB6 L0, and the only possible structure that we have already seen is going to be octahedron, sulfur here, and the 6 corners we put fluorine here, fluorine here, fluorine here, and fluorine here. Now in this case, whenever an atom is surrounded by even number of atoms, we don't distinguish between the axial bond and equatorial bond. All of them are equatorial bond, all of them axial bond here. So what are the different bond angles here? The difference between the bond angle between these two fluorine atoms is 90. The bond angle between diagonally opposite is going to be 180. This is going to be 90. This is going to be 90. Therefore, there are only 2 bond angles, 90 and 180. 90 and 180. 90 and 180. If you are going to have a prism, this is going to be a square prism. There is going to be one more square prism. They are fused together at the base. So this is such a shape is called octahedral shape. Whereas here the bond angles are going to be 90 and 180. Bond angle is going to be 90 and 180, and the bond angle is going to be less than 109.5. Therefore, you see, my dear students, SF6, the hybridization and the shape are identical, whereas here it is not the same.